Here is a short Python project to build your own currency converter app in using tkinter. We start by importing tkinter with some GUI elements and the request library. To convert the currency, we will use the exchange rate API we define here. Next, let's set up all GUI elements and after the convert logic. First, we initialize the root window using the tk class. Set title and define the window width and height using the geometry function. Then we add an entry where we can enter the amount we want to convert, called amount entry. Above the field, we show the label with the text amount. Next, we define two drop-down menu where we can pick the currency we want to compare from and the currency we want to convert to. We add a label both where we show the text from and to, and then define a drop-down list using the ComboBox class from tkinter. Here we can pass a list of values we want to show on the list and set the state or mode to read only. With set, we can define a default value, and the pack function is used to show them on the screen. To start the convert, we add a simple button which calls the function convert we define soon. The result will be shown in a label we define as empty here. This is not visible until we assign the result value here. With the main loop function, the tkinter GUI is listening for changes in the GUI. Okay, now let's create the business logic. We define a function called convert. In here, we will use a try except block to handle errors. In here, we first grab all inputs from the GUI. First the amount from the entry, and the from and to currencies from the dropdowns. Next, we will send a GET request to the API, transform the response data to a JSON, and grab all actual conversion rates out of it. If the currency is not USD, the amount is divided by the source currency's exchange rate to convert it to USD, as the API uses USD as the base currency for all conversions. And then we send this converted amount to the result label to show it in the GUI. The last step is to handle the exception when we hit an error or the conversion fails, and show a message box that shows an error on it. And that's it. Let's give it a try. When we launch the app, you see we by default have from US dollar and to euro selected. When we enter an amount and press convert, we get back the converted amount, and then we can change, for example, to another currency or from another, and so on. Pretty nice. Since the API takes some time to respond, it might look like we have a lag between pressing the convert button and getting back the amount. That could be easily extended by adding a loading bar.